Well, this is a very exciting episode because we get to finally look at this Goku from GT. Kid Goku, in fact. I'm an idiot. And we have two very special packs of upgrade parts to make this guy truly a standout figure on your shelf. So I cannot wait to get to that. But first, we've got to actually review this guy because I've never looked at him. I don't know. Maybe he's great right out of the box. I hope so. It's like one of the smallest figures we've gotten from s.h.figuarts. And I'm now very excited for the Daima figures. But on the back of the box, you got your standard stuff. And this thing was shipped from, where did I order it? Entertainment Earth, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Don't remember. Let's open it. We're not here for that. We can see boxes on the internet. Oh, this is I already opened it once, I guess. I already opened it once? I don't know. Sliding that thing out of the box. There's no anything in here. There's just a little flap of not manual, instructions. There's a little flap of instructions on the inside that tells you all the interchangeable parts, and his body can come apart so you can swap out that little skirt looking thing. Now, if you like this figure and you already have it or you plan to get it, there's also Pan and Trunks from the GT series that are available. They're just a little more awkward to get. I don't know where you can get them now. They were pre-orders with Premium Bandai before, and those figures came with extra parts for this Kid Goku. This is what we have, plus we have these very special boxes from KW Studio. I cannot wait. I can't wait. So let's just... Well, I say I can't wait, but here I am delaying everything. Let's look at the accessories that are in the box here with this little Goku. Now, everything's super tight, okay? It's gonna be really hard to get on the camera, so luckily B-roll will take care of that. But you got these classic hands for little Goku. Look at that, nice like stance hand or jumping over something kind of hand. You get a left and right of all of this stuff. You get this one, which is a classic fighting stance for Goku. You get this hand, which is a nice, again, kind of classic fighting stance. Why do we have so many of the same things? It's very slightly different from the other one. And you get this one, which is going to be like a nice little key blast, and a left and right version of this with a little peg so that you can actually attach the very rare to see accessory sets. So if he's charging up his key blast here, you can actually plug that in, which is pretty cool. The alternate skirt shirt. We'll have to look at these things closely to see really what's going on here, but I think it's just a placement of it, so like you can get a better stance out of this. So nothing's very obvious other than this kind of curl right here on the front piece. So I think this is just so that you can have like better stances and the plastic isn't pushing his legs down. You know, this is already a much better design for a key blast than what we've seen in the past, or whatever, a charge up, a Kamehameha. Why is that the case? Well, because instead of matching up like very specific parts to certain holes, they're all just ball pegs, which then allows you to create a lot more dynamic range. Like this is such a better design, but you can change the placement so it always works no matter how you use your Goku setup. And then on the bottom is where the hand is going to plug into. The alternate head sculpt that's in the box is this kind of wind-blown look, which is pretty nice to have. Always enjoy some different layouts here. You get some alternate facial expressions in the box. So you got this one, just kind of standard, a little grumpy boy face. You got this one, which is a very angry Goku, which is great for a fighting stance, or whatever, fighting pose. And you get this one, which is a gritting teeth. So this is a very angry little Goku. You don't get all the happy, fun little faces. You just get this kind of default one, which is pretty standard for a Goku of any generation. But it would be nice to have more fun, cute expressions for Goku, especially in his kid form. I guess you gotta buy the other figures for that. Or maybe these other accessory sets will do it. Let's look at our main figure here. So standard head sculpt, looking really, really nice. And then of course the colors here from Dragon Ball GT. Now the sleeve setup is pretty nice, so I like this. I hate the way generally they do Goku sleeves with the way they're attached. This is more of like treating it like a true butterfly effect. This is, I don't know what I'm saying. Butterfly effect? That's totally different. Butterfly joints. But I think the range on this guy is gonna be fantastic. Stellar, some would even say, for such a little tyke. But all the standard joints and things that you would expect out of a Dragon Ball figure from s.h.figuarts. He's got a little bit of crunch, but nothing crazy. And then he's got full splits, a single joint on the knee, but it gives you like a 90 degrees, which is nice. And then of course, toe articulation. So even in this little guy, But he's right in line with that Pan figure that we got from Dragon Ball Super, I think, size-wise. But there you go, beautiful looking thing. I love it. Nothing seems like super loose or anything. The colors and everything look really, really nice. So I'm enjoying this guy already. Now, let's get on to the main event of this whole video. The whole reason I even wanted to do this video is for the stuff in these boxes. So we have KW003 and 004. KW Studios specifically sent this to me to review, so I am very, very thankful. And if you want to support KW Studio, then click the link down in the description. That's going to take you specifically to tocollectibles.com. And you can follow on social media, which is nice, so you can always have conversations, see what's going on, get previews of things that are happening in the future. And I have reviewed some products from KW Studios before, but today, look at this. This is a beautiful set. Now, not only do you get some fun alternate faceplates, but you have a couple versions of your Saiyan boy. So here are the two head sculpts that are in there by default. Look at those details, man. Like, you know what I really like about this so far? Let me adjust this. I gotta make an adjustment here. Look at the color gradients going on in the hair, and I think we're probably gonna have to do that all in B-roll, but this has a really gorgeous golden tone into a brighter yellow. And then the sculpt details on the face are fantastic. Look at the mouth inside with the tongue, the eyes, the sketch lines. All of this is working really, really well. And then you get this one here, which is by default eyes to the left, kind of a little grumpy boy. He's ready to fight, but same quality that we're seeing out of the other head sculpts. This is stunning. The other parts in the box, you get some optional face plates, which this, oh my God, this looks so good. Look at the red eyes. Again, the line work, the paint work here is stellar. The teeth, so this is, he's going into his primal rage there. That's gonna look really good on his other head. There it is on the default head sculpt and body. Look at that, oh my God. This is so good. Moving on, we've got this alternate faceplate here. So similar to what we've seen in the box with the gritting teeth, angry, but Super Saiyan now. You get this one here, which is a pretty cocky Goku, so he knows he's about to win this fight. Love it. And you'll notice that there is a tail in here. So how does this tail work? Because by default, this guy, you can't do that. The trick is the box tells you that you can take him apart here so you can swap out the skirt part. However, you'll notice this extra piece that's in the box. This is designed so that you can now plug the tail in to the back side. So all you have to do is remove the part you are already allowed to do, remove the legs, attach them to the new setup. There we go, look at that. It's so good. And with stuff like this, if you're having a hard time getting the head onto the older body, then just heat it up with some hot water. Put that head down in some hot water, and it's gonna loosen up that plastic and snap right in. And the little ball hinge on the tail is gonna allow for some more motion there. And then of course with that other skirt, you can probably get some additional range out of this thing. But my God, does that not look fantastic? I love this setup. Now, Kid Goku is the most adorable, which is why we are now approaching our third time seeing Goku in kid form, thanks to Dragon Ball Daima. It's gonna be super popular, I already know it. Anybody that has issues with it without seeing the show clearly doesn't understand the appeal to Dragon Ball. And in the latest trailer of Dragon Ball Daima, we do get to see Kid Goku go Super Saiyan. So I'm curious if KW Studio will actually make some Super Saiyan sculpts for that Daima figure that's coming out, especially the Vegeta. Need the Vegeta. Finally, in this last box, we have an incredible set. Now, last time I saw one of his products, it was for the Gotenks figure, which gave us a Super Saiyan 3 head sculpt. Similar to this, look at the stunning work behind this sculpt. Not everybody's a fan of Super Saiyan 3 forms, but I, for one, am. At least on the kid forms. The adult forms I don't really care for. But this looks fantastic. And much like the previous version we saw with the Gotenks, there are multiple levels of articulation through this thing. So it's like a little buggy thing. And you get alternate faceplates. So you get this kind of standard one with the eyes to the right and up a little bit. This one here, which is a nice cocky one, which is similar to what we've seen already, but now he doesn't have the eyebrows because it's Super Saiyan 3. You get this angry one, again, something similar to what we've seen, as well as this one with the gritting teeth. But again, Super Saiyan 3, so no eyebrows. And the final accessories are some of the maybe most important ones, not necessarily this, which is great because now he can do his little kid instant transmission. It looks so good. So you get a left and right of that, but also something that can solve the problem that I was just talking about here. With this golden tail, now we have a standard tail, which is great. And it's gonna look great, of course, on the Super Saiyan 3 body. But if you just wanted to have a more classic looking Goku from GT, now we have it. Look at that. The tail looks fantastic. The sculpt work there is great. Of course, the coloring is pretty simple. It's just a brown paint or a yellow paint, but it does exactly what you want it to. It completes that look for your GT Goku, and I honestly can't be happier. Now, obviously, this hair sculpt is going to make him very, very heavy, very top heavy, like we saw with Gotenks, but he has a smaller body. I am curious if there's going to be, I'm sure, certain poses we can get if we bend the knees a little. If you want him standing, that his hair is going to actually act as like a little tripod. Maybe the tail can help with that. Just that tiny kind of hedgehog look that is so iconic with these Super Saiyan 3 forms. But this is great. Now, the only issue really is this kind of slight gap between the face plates and the hair on the Super Saiyan 3 setup. But setting up, I mean, with your human eyes, it's really not as obvious as putting it in the camera, especially with the way the shadows are, but it is noticeable. So that is my only issue with this entire setup, but it's a slight issue and I love it. I think it's a beautiful design, especially if you just want your standard stuff over here. This is gonna look super cool with some awesome lighting and dynamic poses, and put him on a dynamic stand so that he's flying. Plus with that hair, I mean, that's gonna be very helpful. Fantastic way to upgrade your GT Goku. 2 different ways to do it, actually. There's 3 in 1. 3 in 2? Buy 2 sets, get 3 variants. Beautiful work from KW Studio. No surprise there. Links are down in the description if you want to get yours, and if I can find a link to Goku in GT form, I'll put that down there as well. And if you want to see the review of the Gotenks upgrade, then click the top link there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.